Hello, my name is Edgar. Today I want to talk about something I know, and it's from something I read. Is this book? I think you know the man. Is Steve Jobs by Walter Isaacson. Isaacson, I think so. Well, uh, actually, it was written. Written. It was written by Walter Isaacson. Not only because Steve Jobs uh, died, but also because Steve actually asked Walter Isaacson to write this book for him. Because I don't know if he knew he was going to die, or only because he tells in this book that he's favorite one of his favorite um, journalists. So I actually don't want to talk about a timeline in which I say the parts of their life or the events that mostly impact in Job's life. I only want to talk about a few I don't know keywords, a few concepts that are in this book and help me really good and give me a new mindset about the life and myself. And I am really thankful with Steve Jobs because it really brings to me a new whole idea. I love the books when you can take away one single word. With one single word, you can almost uh, engulf all the content in the book. So of course it has more than one concept, but it 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 really has one that is the most important of all. So I'm gonna tell you that word, which is perfection. I know it's nothing exceptional, but it really what it's really what this book's about, and what this man, and the reason why this man is so successful was so successful, and is going to be remembered in long decades, decades, a long time. So I made sorry my mind map. Is this mind map about what I took from the book, and I put a little apple in the middle, so I can relate to Apple and Steve Jobs. Also, I can draw, so I made an apple. I have in the first range, I don't know, perfection. What's about respect, pure art. That's that was one of the reason I think Steve Jobs was such an artist, because he only respect people who know the art, and otherwise he will treat you like shit. But also uh, it really gives his product a touch of design of perfection of art, and that's something that he did with his stars, himself, himself, and his life, his knowledge, his product, everything. He put that little thing of intersection between art and humanity, art and technology, that is so important in this time in the world. So the next one is clean where you can see, and I'm going to quote what really his dad said, because I think it was something that he learned from his dad. Well, actually it says in the book, but his dad, Paul Jobs, he was, I don't know if he has a career, he had a career, but he told Steve Jobs a very important lesson that was if you are going to put, I don't know, a closet, the wood that you use in the back when no one can see, it has to be better than the one you use in the front that everybody can see, and that's something that almost nobody do. Always they always put shitty wood in the back because nobody will see anyway. But that's something that I think is what make Steve Jobs so passionate about his product, because he was truly a perfectionist man. And I think he learned from his dad. Passion for design, that's something that really hits on the point where Steve Jobs, Steve Jobs was truly comfortable, truly passionate. He was passionate about design. He was an amateur photographer. He also participated in a few Pixar movies, and was a big deal with Pixar in their beginnings. Sorry if I'm not talking so well. I'm not. I really don't speak English so much. But let me continue. Be Stormborn as an artist. I think this one is a good one. They also say in the book that Steve Jobs used to have an distortion reality mindset in his brain, that if you tell him that something, it cannot be do, um, he won't listen to you. He knew that it can. And again, it comes with the word perfection and passion, and no, and avoid to listen people that say that said that says that something is just good enough. You know, you have to be perfectionist about what you like and what you love. So the next mm, Apple fucking thing is surrounders. He had a good surrounders. He's surrounded by the best people, by the best knowledge, by the best technology, and he got, I think, two. Besides having a good surrender, he also had control in everything he did, and I quote, I think something that Bill Gates Bill Gates said. I don't know who said it, but I think he was. Good artist copy, great artist S2. Well, so I have a few color images in the mind map. It's an useful tool. So I write mentors who teach Steve Jobs. I have originality, Bob Dylan, LSD, sorry. I remember that something I read, that he used to stay awake to hallucinate, and he consumed he used to consume LSD, pot, acid, but he also liked very much Bob Dylan. So, and it says that most most part of his work comes from the inspiration that Bob Dylan gives him. So I have perfection. Who make him so perfectionist? I think he was in his blood and in his passion for art and technology, but also I remember the quote I said to you. Paul Jobs, his dad. I think he gave value to perfection in the Steve Jobs' life. Publicity, Lee Clow. I don't think was if he was his mentor. I think Steve Jobs was good enough in publicity by himself, but he was a partner that it was a partner that gave Apple a new whole identity identity, sorry, and so in the end, who give soul, who give Steve Jobs a soul that only he had. And I only can think about Kobun, his spiritual mentor. He says in the book, Steve Jobs used to practice meditation and sensui. I don't know if it was about an oriental way of meditation, but he had a mentor, Kabun, his teacher. So conflicts. What was the conflict in the life of Steve Jobs? He was a tyrant most of the time. He was betrayed by a few people, but many people was betrayal by Steve Jobs. And the last conflict, but the worst, was cancer. He died from it. So the positive, I think, is I could have draw more, but I had no space and I think I was blocked. But I'm gonna tell you my 3 positive things I see about Jobs. 3 of many. Really is a very interesting man. So it was a great leader because his charisma and his passion for art. He was an excellent salesman. He was perfectionist, and he had a distortion reality, and he was a good team producer. He didn't make teams. Well, he did, but also he did great teams with great teams. And so he once said that he noticed that one man can have a good idea, but 5 or a group of men can make wonderful things. So great teams, great things. So that's pretty much all I draw about Steve Jobs. I think I know it's no long, but and it's not all that you can say about Steve Jobs. You can say a way more things, negative and positive, but I think it's all I have to say by now. I hope making more reviews for you. Well, comments of books. So thank you for watching. If you want to comment about my pronunciation and my grammar, you can also do it. If you want to help me, you are welcome to. I can help you if you want with Spanish. But until then, see you next time.